This time around, we're having a chat with George Mike Mukula Jr. As you all know, it's a rally, Soroti, actually EMC rally. Soroti Katakwi, it's cooking, it's cooking. So here we are having George Mike Mukula. He's coming back. You have to tell us more about this. By the way, who is George Mike Mukula? Many people want to know you.
Who is George Mike Mukula? He's a really simple man, except when I get in a car. That's when the complicated side of me comes out. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I think I should have started actually with that. But I'm a husband. I'm a God-fearing man. I love sports. I love what it represents. I love the essence of competition. I'm a businessman, and I love people in general. I really try to keep my life as simple as possible. Although I guess rally is not very simple. In other words, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mike, your father, Mike Mukula Sr.,
Yes.
was also a rally driver. Did he inspire you to follow in his footsteps, or did you have to carve your own path?
I would say every man structures his life and choices of his life through his own destiny, and a lot of choices that you make in life, you can't blame them on your father entirely. So I would say a lot of the choices I made, but yes, my father played a very big role. He is very supportive, still is. He's still very supportive. I would think Captain has overtaken everyone to become probably the number one fan, number one supporter. I can't ask for a better father. I can't ask for a better support system. We sit down and talk. We're like, sometimes I think he's the younger brother. But obviously I always pay him his respect. He's been so supportive. He's always encouraged me. I remember one thing he told me in particular is that, Michael, if you're actually going for rally and you're going to take it in, I want you to take it seriously. Do it to the best of your ability. And one thing in particular he did mention to me is that you're going to go into rally. It will change you as a person. It will grow you. It will show you things that you never thought that you'd ever know or learn. And it will make you a better man and a businessman. And true to his word, I feel in rally I have grown, I have seen things, I have appreciated people. The sport is such a beautiful sport. I would encourage anyone to experience something of, it doesn't have to be rally, but to keep involved in sports and pick out the lessons and build friendships, learn, love, fail, get up again, never give up. Yeah, keep going. It's a beautiful story to have.
You had like two disciplines to choose. I know you're a very good basketball player, and then that was rallying. But was there a defining moment when you knew rallying was what you wanted to do?
Rally, yeah, there was a particular moment, in particular when I knew rally had to be my thing. And that was in, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Gayaza, if I'm not mistaken. And that time, I believe it was a Pearl of Africa. It was a Pearl of Africa. Emma Kato was in the race. Chalubega. That time Uganda was hot. Charles Muhanji. I mean, the place was really jam-packed with so much competition. The cars were really brewing. Now, I didn't know the cars at that time. I knew about the sport, but I didn't really know about the cars. So Captain was one of the chief guests. Again, he comes into my life. So
And there was no Rob Styles by then.
there was no Rob Styles. It was probably in the background.
Yeah.
But Captain came into the picture. He forced me. He told me, Mike, you have to go to and watch rally. And I'm like, man, these are just loud cars. You know, I didn't really appreciate, you know, the what goes on with these cars. And so I went for the race. I remember in particular there was I would call it a crest, but that's rally terminology. But there was like a jump, like a crest.
Yeah.
So like a crest is typically when you can't see the other side of the hill, but you see this side. So basically the car was coming, and in particular that was the late Charles Muhanji. And I remember just seeing the kind of impact his coming was having on the crowd, the anticipation, the energy. You could feel the tension. You could feel the passion in the people getting excited. This is before the car comes.
Yeah.
It did nothing, just actually also created anxiety in me. So I got excited. The car came. I remember it went over the crest. It lifted off the crest. That time I was very naive about rally and the safety standards. So I was too close to the road. and the car just barely passed me. But that time when it passed me, I felt the heat, I felt there's like a wave it had, I felt the dust. There was like so much that went on at that moment. And I remember I was walking with some friends and they had to literally pull me out of the road. And when Charles Mohanji landed with the car, it was a flying finish. So he just braked, and he had actually come close to the route opener. So he braked, and the car had to brake so hard in less than 100 meters. And it braked so hard. So just seeing all that together, just the mixture of all that, and I was like, man, I have to do this. I was like, I have to do this.
Yeah?
So yeah.
How did your family react when you told them you wanted to become a rally driver?
They hated it.
Oh.
Yeah, in the beginning they hated it. They're like, Mike, you're going into this. You know, it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of your time. In the beginning they hated it. But then one thing about our family is if you show that you're passionate about something and you give them honestly all reasons that you actually, I'm really passionate about this is what I want to do, then they will say, okay, you know what, we'll support you. But we want to see the level of seriousness you have. So when I was getting involved into rally, I remember I took my time, I constructed my speech, and I spoke to the family on the family group, and I explained to them what I want to do. That time then I wasn't married, and I explained to them that this is what I want to do. I want to get involved in rally. I feel it's something that will help me not only build on my name as Michael, but it's a passion I've always had from the time I was a young boy. And it just cannot leave me. So I just have to do it. I feel I will add more to the sport coming into it. And they felt with the reasons that I was giving, and they could see the passion, and they always saw the dedication I always give to something. If I get involved in basketball, cricket, whatever it might be, I will always be passionate. I'll always try my best to do my best. And so at that point, they agreed as a family that, you know what, I mean, if that's something he wants to do, let him do it. And then came in my father, and that's how the steps started taking on.
Many people assume your family name opened the doors for you. What's the biggest misconception people have about your journey?
The biggest misconception is that a lot of what I do is largely funded by the family. The way typically it works in our family, we're such a hardened family. And that's what we try to do. We try to breed strong individuals. So if you are passionate about something, sure, I mean, put your money where your mouth is. That's the kind of belief we have. So a lot of what we do, as much as my family and my father in particular are always supportive to us, it has to be largely dealt through you. So when it comes to maintaining the sport, maintaining the car and all that, you have to do it yourself. That's the way you actually show genuinely that it's you, it's up to you. I mean, it would also be the same thing, let's say, in business or any other point. Or let's say if I'm getting involved in marriage or a woman. Yeah, I don't expect my father to speak on my behalf. You know, I'm a man of my own. I'm credible and accountable to things that I do, both good and bad. So it's the same thinking behind rally. If I am passionate about it, then I must show. I must move forward. I must show my seriousness behind it. So the misconception maybe people have is that a lot of these things came easily. I would say we were lucky, but the true definition of luck is when opportunity meets preparation. I believe we were prepared. One thing about rally is the closest thing to reality. You cannot pretend about speed. You cannot pretend about time. You know, you cannot pretend about money. You either have it or you don't. So one thing about rally, it's as real as it gets. So the one thing I can encourage people to do is respect all people of any kind. It doesn't matter whether it's a Mike, whether it's a Luakataka, whether it's a Sebuguzi. It doesn't matter even whether it's a Pasua in a two-wheel. They all do a lot to be involved in this sport. They all have their support systems. We're in here to have fun, to build names. So I can't say more to that. Of course, people always have to say what they have to say. But I believe when companies like KCB, Cornerstone, and TradeMate decided to partner with us, they saw that we have a lot of synergy that they can work with. And I believe that's the direction the sport is going. So apart from the success that we achieved, I believe they saw the synergy that we can work in, and we can not only build their brands, but we can also build the sport.
You stepped away from the competition in 2023 at the peak, we would say, of your momentum. Why was that break necessary?
That break was necessary. We decided to actually take a break that time in 2023, actually for quite a bit of time. We had actually had the incident we had with the beautiful N12.
Yeah, sure.
The one which is synonymously known. People will never leave me on that car. But we took a break from the N12. So at that point, we decided to take a break from rally, and what we were looking at is getting into a much bigger and stronger vehicle, which of course would take time. But in doing so, as luck would have it, luck again, KCB gets in touch with us. KCB gets in touch with us, and they're like, Mike, we've seen enough. We feel that our brand can affiliate to you. Why don't we just start and do Pearl of Africa and see? So the understanding we had in 2023 was to actually do a one-off, which was Pearl of Africa, where we actually drove with the 14. And that was the first rally that the 14 actually did. Yeah.
Running is physically demanding. What's the toughest part of your body after 4 days of racing?
The rally being physically demanding, and I think probably that's the biggest misconception people have. People think a rally car is just a car you just sit in and go. A rally car is so demanding. First of all, you're wearing a 3-layered suit. That 3-layered suit, each particular layer is probably the thickness of a sweater. So it's like wearing 3 sweaters. You're seated in a hot machine. I would say actually it's a hot tin.
Yep.
The ventilation is not there, you know. And during this particular process, you have elements like water entering the car. You have elements like dust. The level of concentration can be deterred, because while you drive, you need a high level of concentration, not only to control the car, but also to listen to the navigator. But as you're doing that, the demands of the car against you are also very high. The steering itself operates, I would actually encourage people, it operates like it doesn't have power steering. So the steering itself is heavy. Every time you hit a pothole or you hit something, it has a ricochet. It bounces back into your hand. So it's like you constantly have, for people who do boxing, it's like you constantly are boxing in a boxing match. And then the gears, if you're driving a dog box, are not the easiest to engage. And yet you have to be quick at engagement. Because any slight delay in engagement can easily mean you getting off the road. Then at the same point, you have the brake. So the brake is also hard. You have to use your full calf to really press on that brake. And you see, we're not typically braking for a Sunday drive. You're braking to slow the car and shift the momentum of the car. So you're really pressing the brake at its maximum. And while all this is going on, the car is shaking. So you're constantly shaking. So for several people, it happens. I remember when I just started driving, the particular thing that used to hurt me was my shoulders. That used to hurt me. Other people, it's their back. Other people, it gets through their legs. Other people just get overall tiredness. Sometimes we get in a situation where people sweat. Sometimes we get in a situation in service or even in between sections where drivers actually collapse. They're just exhausted.
Yeah.
So it's not as simple. You have to be very fit. It actually had to take me back to basketball. That's how I was able to come back into and become as effective as possible. Yes, rally is very, very physically demanding. Very, yeah.
What goes through your mind when in those final countdown seconds?
In the final countdown seconds, I think it happens to every driver. There is no driver who will lie here that they stay calm. When they're counting you down, yes, you stay calm, but when you're getting closer to your countdown, which is the 5-minute mark, all of a sudden anxiety. So you start getting anxious. Your heart starts pumping, adrenaline kicks into you. So you start checking yourself, like, what are the first notes? Is the water spray on? Is the diff, have I set it right? Is everything okay? You ask maybe for the first, maybe 3 or 4 corners. So that's to calm yourself down. Maybe you just do a few kind conversations just to throw in a laugh to reduce your anxiety. But everyone is a bit intense. So when you're in the final minute, that's when you literally have to lock in. So you lock in, you focus on the road, and whatever the co-driver reads out to you, you visualize those first few corners, because it is actually those corners that create the rhythm for you towards the whole stage. So it happens, sadly, actually it happens on every stage. There's no stage, especially a circuit, where someone will start and they are calm. You always have anxiety, always.
Oh. A rally campaign is effectively running. It's just like running a small business company. What does it really cost to run a competitive season?
Wow, competitive season. If you're having a competitive season, the first thing you have to come to is the reality of the fact that it's going to be very expensive. When you talk about competition, you're talking about championship. The one thing about rally is reality. You know, either you have it or you don't. So the fact is, if you're going to go into a competitive season, means that the expenses that you're going to have are going to be way higher. The impact you're going to have on the car is going to be much higher. So there's so many demands that happen there. And depending on the level of competition that you want to go into, your preparation also matters. The better the preparation, the bigger the expense. So when you sit down and let's say like, we have decided that this year we're going for the competition, you actually sit down and plan and budget, because that's the cornerstone of everything. You sit down, you budget, you must know at least the kind of money you have or where you potentially get it. And then from that perspective is where you draw your roadmap. Now also from that perspective is where you get an understanding of how you're going to drive. Because ideally, in order to win, the first thing you have to do is finish. So you have to know how to finish. So you have to be consistent. But remember, even in consistency, there's still an expense. There's still going to be fuel. You're still going to put wear and tear on the car. If you don't finish, you're going to damage the car. If you damage the car, how much of a cost would that be? You have to have also your spare package. So if you're going to go into a competitive season and you're vying for the championship, the level of preparation goes maybe 3 times over. It's really a lot more. It's very taxing. So if you see whichever driver is there in the top 5, top 10 and 5 there, their level of preparation is actually to win the championship. All of them want to win the championship.
You've attracted sponsors like the Cornerstone Asset Managers, KCB, and who else there? TradeMate. Beyond branding, what makes a sponsorship truly worthwhile?
Sponsorship, of course, they must believe in you. And in belief in you, it speaks down to your character. So your character speaks a lot to what a sponsor looks at. They look at how they align themselves with you. I, in particular, I am in the financial sector. I do insurance. I have an insurance brokerage company. It's called Murich Insurance Brokers. And so that has introduced me to the financial space. So other than being aligned to Rally, which of course has a big fan base, has a big following, and also being involved in the Africa Rally Championship, whereby we also now moved out into the international space. We also had a way of merging our characters with all these sponsors. So you look at a company like KCB, and they look at me as a typical customer. I definitely look like someone who would come to pick a loan for a project, who would be coming to get a performance security, guarantees. I'll be basically doing business in Dubai or selling a car, or I'll probably be getting a loan for even marriage. You know, there are all kinds of loans that are there now.
Yeah.
So I look like their typical customer base, young entrepreneur trying to get involved in the business. So when I would speak, or if I represent their brand, I'll be speaking on behalf of their brand. And that is a representation KCB would be seeing in me. The same understanding would go for Cornerstone, because Cornerstone actually focuses on savings and investments. Because as young as we are, as much as we are involved in rally and we're spending a lot of money, you have to save. You have to save for the future, you have to plan. And so there's no better ambassador than someone of my age, as much as I'm doing my passion. At least I have to have some form of planning and investment. So I can talk to my peers, I can talk to several people who can identify with me both in sports and in business and investment. When it comes also to TradeMate also deals in the space of not only IT and ERP systems, but also accounting. And for the businesses that we do, you can't go through anything without IT. You can't go through anything without an accounting system. So for tax solutions and everything, I mean, these are things that happen not only to me, but to everyone. So all these companies look at me and the team as good ambassadors, as good candidates that can represent their brand, and just start the conversation. Because even in Rally, as much as people might have a conception of Rally, Rally is such a brilliant business hub. The people there make amazing businesses. So exposing the companies that represent me and that I represent to these individuals has done really well. And actually, Cornerstone has made a lot of savings, has saved a lot of people's money and invested it. KCB has got a lot of people opening up bank accounts and doing a lot of business. And because we always get the reports. And TradeMate has got a good customer base that has come in and trusted them with their different accounts. So it is working.
If you had 1 minute to convince a CEO to invest in rallying, what would your pitch be?
It depends on the CEO. It depends on the CEO. Because each pitch has to have an objective. So I don't know, who am I convincing? What type of CEO? Any, pick any.
You're convincing KCB. Huh?
KCB, but that's kind of obvious. let me. The KCB is kind of obvious. That one. Let me say, explore Uganda.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, explore Uganda. So, if let's say I'm trying to convince Explore Uganda to come to Rally, I'll tell them there's no other better platform that you can use than Rally. There's no sport, I can guarantee this, that can carry a better fan base to any region. Any region, it doesn't matter where it is in Uganda. Whether you're taking them on the mountain, whether you're taking them even under a lake, they will be there. Rain or shine, they will be there. The beautiful thing that we have in Uganda, we have such a beautiful country. There was a gentleman by the names of Winston Churchill who called this the Pearl of Africa. And he said that for one particular reason, because of the beauty that we have. But the problem with our beauty, we are beautiful and we have not been exposed. And the first best candidates that can actually expose this beauty are actually the very rally fraternity that you have. Because they usually look for these places. And you find people are going to other national parks in other countries. And yet we have all these beautiful animals, we have all this vegetation, we have all these birds, we have everything here.
The most number of bird species.
Yes, the most number of bird species. Now, very few people know that. Very few people. Even
in
butterflies.
the world.
Yeah, even butterflies. People didn't know. So we have these platforms. We have people like you, like Rob Style, who are projecting Uganda to the world. And we're doing this in Fort Portal, we're doing this in Mbarara, we're doing this in Masaka, and round. And now we're even going to Soroti. And each time we go to these particular things, the same story is said, that the rally fraternity came to our region, they emptied all the bars, they emptied all the sodas, they took up all the entertainment spots. Basically, what does this mean? They bring so much commerce to our region. And what we need to start doing, especially if we can have something like Explore Uganda coming on board, they need to support Rally more so. Why? Because this indirectly translates into events going to these particular select regions. And by doing so, you're shifting commerce there. By doing so, you're exposing them to so many different things and so many different networks. Why? Because you have a Michael that's seated there, and before you know it, he's seeing an opportunity he would have never seen if he had never got there. I might see land. I may be into tea. I may decide to get involved in a farmers association. I may decide to invest in a circle. I may decide to invest in a group or something. So all this can happen for select reasons. I mean, there are over 5,000 to 10,000 individuals that come for a race. So why not take advantage of that? That's my pitch to see.
Oh yeah. Behind every successful driver is a dedicated team. What's the most incredible repair your mechanics have ever pulled off to keep you in the race?
I don't think there's a... I think the best repair was the one that got us the Africa Rally Championship. That was done by the team led by Rasta, someone called commonly known by Rasta. They know him as Charles. Okay, his name is Charles, but Rasta, people know him as Rasta. Rasta, Tom, Moko, they pulled off an amazing achievement. We were driving the super circuit. You were present.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I underestimated the corner. So again, that particular hairpin was a bit uneven. So when I pulled the handbrake, the car skipped too much, more than I thought, and then landed into the pavement. And it just broke the rear toe link. So we just drove the car I was shocked actually by our time because I honestly thought we had lost it. We drove, not only had the toe link broken, it had actually broken, but it actually bent the cross member. So our cross member was not even usable. Ooh. So we get back to service. Of all the parts we had left in Uganda, we had everything else. We left the cross member in Uganda. Ooh. The amazing feat that was pulled off there. I remember I kept running around that place. I was about to strip people's cars, you know, because I was like, we can win this championship, and it's going like this. So how we actually won the championship, man, I think we need anyway, but I remember I called captain. I told him I don't care what it takes. I've never spoken to him like that. I told him I don't care what it takes. We have to get that cross member in Rwanda. People in Rwanda told us it is impossible to get it here. I spoke to captain, Muzei Mambo, got involved. I remember I called whoever's number I could find, even if it was a teacher in P6. I called everyone. I said I need a cross member. But we had cross members in the garage. So they had to run to the garage. They got the cross member. They put it on a flight. I remember it was so bad that even the last flight was... By the time they were picking the cross member, the flight was leaving in an hour. By the time they went for the cross member. So they had to run, get the cross member, put it on a boda. And the person had to ride with a soldier up to the airport. They wrapped it. They put it on a plane. Someone had to carry it on as their luggage. We had to wrap it like a box. About people in trouble. I want to say the airline. But they put it on an airline. It had to fly. It came. They had to pick it. I didn't sleep. The race was starting in the morning. It was starting as early because we had to... What was what's it called? Nyamata? Nyamata. Nyamata from Kigali is about 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's about 2 hours. So we had to be up by 4 a.m. That flight was, I remember it was about midnight. That's when the flight landed. And then I couldn't sleep. Captain didn't sleep. Mzee Mambo didn't sleep. My wife didn't sleep. Edward didn't sleep. The manager didn't sleep. I didn't sleep. We didn't sleep. I was with a few fans that had come from Uganda. They were in Rwanda. None of them slept. All of them were up. Okay, for them they were in the club. But we all did sleep. Finally get the cross member. It comes. And we just put the car together. I remember they called me. I woke up. I just slept for maybe about an hour. I remember waking up to a phone call from the manager. And he told me, Michael, we need you to go and test the car. And I wasn't even understanding what he was saying. The pickup was down. Entered the pickup. We went. I sat in the car. I was just coming I had barely slept. And I just drove it in the parking. I remember even the soldiers came because it was where the event was, the convention center. It was right next to State House. Yeah. So they told us, you guys, you need to stop whatever you're doing. And ironically, they had also come from Uganda. But nonetheless, the car was just put together. We hadn't even done alignment. And that was it. That's how we won the championship.
Magic.
Yes. That's how we won the championship. Yes, what those mechanics, what Rasta and the team did that time was nothing simply short of amazing. They worked overnight. They did not sleep. They prepared the car fully. They restored it. And we always call them unsung heroes. My story is interesting. I have other stories I can tell. That's the most dramatic I've had because we went ahead to win. We had problems on our car, but I just forced it to win. And but the mechanical team did an amazing job. They are truly the unsung heroes. Yes, I won the Africa Rally Championship, but we won it with them because without them and even everyone else that was involved in that sacrifice, even the airline people that almost lost their jobs, even the friends that were in the bar, I appreciate all you guys. Yeah, we got the Africa Championship.
Wow, yeah. What an experience.
Yeah, it was. That's what we live for. That's what we live for in rally.
Indeed. Have you ever had a crash or a close call that made you question to either continue or stop?
Yes, I did. in this particular part of Africa.
Oh.
Yes, we had an incident where the car literally... I've had my fair share of accidents, and those, of course, are always scary. But it goes to the safety of these cars. These cars are extremely safe. You get involved in an incident, and in your mind, you're like, that's it. But the way the car handles the damage, you're just simply amazed by the safety. It's the equivalent of being in a sofa, and you're just seeing everything falling apart. But in this particular Pearl of Africa event, we got an issue with the car where it almost caught fire. And we drove with the diff hanging down and the propeller shaft hitting the tank and everything. It was so dramatic. And the noises I was hearing from the car, it's like the car was just falling apart. So yeah, that was very scary. We got to the end of the section. We thought even the car was on fire. But lucky enough, it wasn't. The dust, I believe, helped us. It helped keep the fire out. But the tank was leaking, fuel was coming out. Yeah, that was scary. So that's probably one of the scariest situations I've been in. And we did that for almost 7 to 10 kilometers. Yeah.
When you're not racing, what does a normal day look like for Mike Mukula Jr.?
When I'm not racing, my day is really simple. I love spending time with my family. I love spending time with my son, my wife, my father, my mom. I always like spending time with them. I also spend time with a lot of my friends. We go out, we go to different places. A guy with basketball. I take things very simple. I try to enjoy life as much as I can. My dad is someone who always inspires me to enjoy life. So I try to enjoy life the best I can because, I mean, you only live once, so why not? But I don't take it to that level. I leave that special level to rally. But yeah, I'm simple. I keep it simple. I go to church and put that there. Yeah.
How do you consider your biggest rival today, and what do you admire about their driving?
I always tell people this. I know it sounds vain, but my biggest rival is myself. But yeah, that's my biggest rival. But of course, the biggest rival I had was Mark Lubega. Yeah, that was fire. Yeah, that was fire.
Just to tap onto a bit that, I mean, the first day you saw Mark Lubega, what really happened? What transpired? And
no, Mark Lubega, funny enough, me and Mark are really good friends. We are really good friends. Like, we talk. Even before the races that we were rivals in, we were talking. You know, even in service, we were working together.
Yeah.
But there's something happens when you put on the helmet. You had to beat that guy. Yeah. But it was fun. I mean, I keep getting people every time I walk on the street, and people are like, man, we miss that rivalry. It gave life to rally. It brought so much. But I love the rivalry. It was good. It inspired us. It was very unfortunate that we were in CRC and he was in NRC. But I mean, I don't know if it was natural. They just brought us together and that's what it was.
Yeah.
But Mark actually, when I was coming into rally, he's the one who actually helped me come into rally. He held me at Fulcrum. He housed me for a long time. He introduced me to so many different people, how things were done. So, because he had a Subaru, the N10. Now, this is what's funny about Mark and my situation. Mark introduced me to the N12.
Yeah.
He's the one who recommended me to go for the N12B. Because he wanted to go for it. But in particular, because I believe Mike Lubega, had already got the N10. There was no point in Mark getting the N12. So he went for another N10. And then the two were supposed to have two N10s.
Yeah.
So Mark recommended. I met him. And he told me, Mike, you know what? I know you can drive. If you are to drive, go for the N12. And that's how it started. So he's only he showed me the car that was disturbing him. Yeah, so yeah, but it was fun. I mean, every time I'll never forget that the last time they paired us together, which was the Garuga race. That was intense. I mean, so many people came to us, and I remember they begged FMU not to do that again. That people are going to hurt themselves. But it was fun.
Boys will kill each other.
They will kill each other.
Oh my! Is there an African or international rally legend whose style has influenced you?
I would say yes. There's. This is just so ironic. I wanted to go into the Africa Rally Championship because of Mohanji, and that's what has inspired me to go into the Africa Rally Championship, because there's no better championship to hold. I mean, even the NRC, I mean, it's one of the toughest in the land, but the Africa Rally Championship is internationally known. You will forever be known in the world. But then the driver in particular I look up to this day is Chalubega. Chalubega is, which is ironic because I was rivals with his son. But but Chalubega is who I try to emulate my style behind. So if people would notice, my lines are more clean. My style is a bit more
true.
Yeah, so my style was derived from Chalubega. That's the preparation. How I go into rally is Chalubega. The person I wanted to be like in terms of rally was Emma Kato. So the big show, the big car, So at some point, knock on wood, I'll get there. I'll get there. Yeah. So those are the legends I look up to. Take notice, they're all Ugandan. Yeah.
Quick fire.
Sure.
Gravel, tarmac.
Tarmac. Let me be.
Tarmac.
Tarmac.
Morning stages or night super specials?
Morning stages. The Subaru is very awake at that time.
Okay. Music before race or complete silence?
Hey, how do you know that? Yeah, I listen to music before I go into. Don't tell anyone. Oh, it's in video. Yeah. But I listen to music a lot. So, like, if you come next to my room, you hear music. Hey, yeah, I'm a music person.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, fans recently spotted you checking out on the Skoda Fabia N5. Are proto cars the future? And would you consider driving one, or you're going for the Rally 2, as Daddy Jr. said?
Daddy Jr. putting me in problems. But I like the protos. I like them. They're really good cars, very good ingenuity. I was so impressed. I went to see Musa's car. Man, that car is good. That car is a very good car, and I'm sure Musa is going to do a lot with that car. But I'm going for the best. I'm going to go for Rally 2. I'm going to go for R5. That's what I'm going to go for, yes. So, watch his space.
Sneak peek. Is it a Lancia or?
No. I mean, that's I have to keep people more interested. If I tell them now, they'll be bored when it comes. I want another meeting about, so I'll go for Rally 2, R5.
I know you're still keeping us in suspense. So
Yes.
Is that very soon, early next year? When's that?
That's even more suspense. So
Okay.
let's see how it goes. If God blesses us, it will be soon. If He decides us to wait, we shall wait. But we want to go the R5 route. I know as coach, actually, it was you interviewed me.
Yeah.
But, I became the R5 N5 guy.
Yeah.
But if I could start getting into the conversation, so we can actually start putting some challenges to when the Kenyans come and the Tanzanians. At least we can have some representation. I mean, Yasin cannot always go out there and fight alone. So
We need some backup.
yeah, come back up. We come there, Ugandan strong. Yeah, so we come, Mike here, and I don't know who else will be there. Yeah, we start fighting the Kenyans.
Sure. Looking 10 years ahead, when you've retired from rallying, what do you hope people will remember you for?
I really hope that they remember me for the memories I'll be giving them, because it really takes a lot for us to come out there and do what we do. But we're so glad and happy you're there. What always makes us feel happy is the joy, the excitement, and the support we get from the fans. We love the fans so much. I was a fan myself for a long time, So I know what it takes. I know how expensive it is. I know how tough it is. I really hope by the end of my rally career, I've inspired other people, not only to join rally, but not only in sports, not only in life, but in so many things, you know, that you can be a family man, you can enjoy your sport, you can be a businessman, you can enjoy your passion. You know, I want to leave the sport better than I found it. And whether that comes directly through me or indirectly, I want to be part of that process. My father also represented an era where they set up FMU, where they brought Pearl of Africa, where Mosaic, clubs like Mosaic were set up. And I believe he set up his legacy. He created the sport in the direction it is today. And if I'm part of the generation that maybe does something entirely different, so be it. But that's what I want. I also want to be in a position whereby my children also get inspired at some point also join the sport.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are going in for the Soroti Katakwi Rally. Any message would you want to send out there to your fans? Because that's a home rally for you. You're coming. What's happening?
So Soroti is home. So I'm coming home.
They look here.
So Soroti is coming home. I'm coming home. I want to tell you guys that we're going to represent you guys so much. We love you guys. I've always looked forward to coming there and representing my people. We love you guys so much. Come out and support. I really want to have the sport, make sure that it comes to you and brings you so many blessings, not only to your families, to your pockets, excitement. You guys get memories. One thing I can tell you is I'm coming with the rally fraternity. I'm coming with my family from Kampala and all these other racers. And we're going to come and give you guys a show. We hope that you guys love it. Look forward to seeing you guys. I want to see each and every one of you there out on the stages. And remember, it's Mukula representing the Teso region. And I'll be navigated by someone also from Teso. Stay tuned and you will also know this. Thank you so much. God bless you guys.
That's all.
That's all.
Hopefully we are having more show again after the rally. Maybe we shall revisit that talk.
Yes, we will.
Thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you, Rob.
See you around.
Thank you.